Hey, David McGuffin here. Welcome to Travel Talk Tuesday. It is July 27, 2021. And tonight we are talking about the island of Santorini in Greece. What you see here on the video is a pretty amazing photo shot I sent. I was able to take, in the middle of June, just last month, as we were departing Santorini and heading back to Athens. Ryanair is an airline, an Irish airline, but it runs 5 or 6 flights to and from Santorini each day from Athens. And the flights take about 45 minutes to make about the 350 to 400 mile trip. Santorini is located southeast of Athens. And Santorini you won't find on the map because it's really, the real name of the island is Thera. Now we're taking off, and you can see that this is a very, very arid island. They do have some vineyards on the island and raise some vegetables, but for the most part, it's dry. It rains about 6 or 8 days a year. And so right there, you can kind of get an idea of what this island looks like. We're taking off from the south part of the island and flying sort of to the north, and you can see these villages that are showing up over here, the village of Fira, and this village right here in this area is the village of Ia, O-I-A, Ia. And we're going to take and bank back to the left here in just a second, and you'll be able to see what the Caldera and the volcanic island looks like. At this point, it looks like sort of an ear or a conch shell, because it used to be a huge mountain with this area right here is called the Caldera, or the volcanic cone that blew off centuries ago. And so you can imagine the mountain used to come way up here, and then it blew its top off. And here's what we have left is 7 little islands that are all make up what we know as Santorini or Thera. Island of Thera. You can see the Caldera here. This is the little village of Ia, which we'll talk about it just after this video series is finished. And we're banking over here. There are several cruises that we did here in the Caldera. On the first trip, we went to a day trip to the volcano that's in the middle of the island. That's right here at the tip of the wing. And it's where the lava flow is still oozing out little by little. And then also, sorry with the camera, getting a little issue with my new camera here. And also, we went on a cruise in the Caldera as well in the afternoon on another tour that was called a sunset cruise. So we started about 3 in the afternoon and ended up 8:30, 9 o'clock when the sun was setting. And we cruised in the Caldera, went swimming several places, and ended up right at the point of Ia, this island or this town right here, and kind of parked our catamaran boat here and watched the sunset to the west. Pretty cool thing to do. You can see the aircraft is getting pretty high now. And so what's coming up next is a look at the village of Ia, a close-up look at the village of Ia. And we were able to be there one morning pretty early before anybody, any tourist crowds or anybody opened up.
Hey, David McGuffin here. We're on the island of Santorini, and this is the village of Ia, the one that most people want to come to and see and walk around and explore and do some shopping and whatnot. And we're here just a few weeks after Greece has opened up after the COVID pandemic, and this place is wonderful because there's not so many tourist crowds here at all. As a matter of fact, there are no tourist crowds here at all. Looking back toward one of the several churches here in town, you just see 5 or 6 individuals, families walking around and everything. I'm gonna spin back around. Looking behind me from where I started is the Caldera. In 1650 BC, this was a round island, a hunk of a rock in the middle of the Aegean Sea, and it blew its top off. And what you see out here was the top of the mountain, top of the volcano, and it blew up and it left this caldera, or this volcanic crater that is filled with water.
Characteristic whitewashed villages, blue church domes. The domes are there because there's still volcanoes and earthquakes, and with a rounded dome, the ceilings don't collapse and fall in. So that's why you see these rounded either ceilings like roofs like this or domes. Now, Ia is the most expensive village in which to stay on the island. Back in the day, before the time of tourism, there were caves that were dug where the slaves and animals were housed. Now those caves have been converted into swanky hotels that go for $200 to $400 a night and even more. And with infinity pools and just great views and fantastic food and everything else. So it's a great place to go and stay. But there are other alternatives and more affordable places on the island as well. Ia in normal times is really, really crowded because, as you can imagine, this is where every tourist on the island goes to. But right now, we filmed here about 10 o'clock one morning, and the shops were just opening up. The merchants were just longing for us to come in and do some shopping because they've been just with COVID for the last 18 months as well, not even open. So every shop was open. They're selling their wares, and some pretty good quality merchandise in most of the places. Now, when we returned to Ia at the end of June, around the 24th and 23rd and 24th, there was a lot more people here. A tour boat had just come in, and there were 5 or 6 buses and a lot more people in here by the time 11, 12, 1 o'clock rolled around. But the very first point, when we were here in the early part of June, this is kind of what you see. Now, this is Parisa Beach, and this is where we set up for our 3 nights. And it's a very homey local place. The locals live here. It's not big and touristy, but yet the beaches are wonderful and pristine.
Parisa Beach here in Santorini. It's located on the southeast side of the island, so not on the Caldera, but on the Aegean Sea. It's a really hometown feel, not so touristy, not big swanky stuff on the Caldera, but a wonderful little place. We're staying at this hotel, Amaryllis, and just want to show you a little bit how it looks. Hey, Shelby. So this is the pool area, Bougainvillea reception, some of the balconies. So a really nice little beach type hotel, all painted white inside and out, very clean. Functional rooms, nothing swanky, but good enough for us to be here and enjoy our stay in Parisa Beach on Santorini. This area here is the main road running down to the beach. No sidewalks, so you got to be a little bit careful. But again, not so much in the way of traffic either. It's the middle of the day here, and people are at the beach or at work at the moment. All up and down this portion of the beach are restaurants. On this, what we would call a boardwalk at home, and then beyond the restaurants, they all have their own little sunbeds outside.
So these are, if you were looking at that shot I just was showing you there, these sunbeds and the beach is just to the left of those restaurant seating area. These sunbeds with 2 chairs and an umbrella are free for the day, as long as you buy your drinks and some food at the restaurant. So it's a pretty good deal, very economical to do. You can see the water is crystal clear and refreshing, and the sand that you see there is not really sand. It's very finely ground or black lava that's been churned up for centuries. So it's not unpleasant to walk on except when the sun is blazing down on it and it's kind of warm. So water shoes and flip-flops are pretty much a must to get to the water side. This is Parisa Beach. We also went to Santos Winery. There's quite a bit of vines that grow on the island, and the grapes take on the flavors from the volcanic soil. And so we toured the winery, had a wine tasting, and enjoyed a sunset from this view right here. One of the tallest spots.
Hey, David McGuffin here. I'm on the island of Santorini at a winery called Santos Winery here on the top of the mountain, looking pretty much to the southeast where sunset's going to happen in a few minutes. Let me do a little spin where I am, because I am at this wine tasting. And so we're looking back here behind over my shoulder at the Caldera, which in almost 1700 years before Christ, this volcano blew its top and left all these little islands out here and a huge caldera, which was the top of the island. And I'll just kind of pan around here. This is the winery. Looking back behind me, you can see all the way looking north. Here's the Santos Winery here. And completing 360 degrees to the almost sunset.
Beautiful sunsets anywhere in Greece is pretty amazing as long as you have a westerly view across the water. It's a beautiful sunset, and this one was from way up on the hilltop at the winery. But we also, in a moment, you'll see a sunset cruise where we're at sea level and had a good sunset view as well. Here's our cruise the following day. We had 13 to 14 people on this catamaran boat. It's about a 40-footer, I think. And we just had a great day because we started around 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'm not going to jump across there.
Had several swim stops. And as you can see, this is one right here. Just so pleasant to get into the water, cool off. They cooked dinner for us, barbecue dinner, had chicken and pork. And along with all the other fixings, plenty of stuff to drink if you'd like that as well. We just had a great time doing this sunset cruise. Depending on the organic matter from the volcano, there's white beaches, red beaches, and black beaches. And you just saw the cliffs of the white beach.
On a cruise with 14 of our friends here. This is cruise. We got a 4 or 5, 6 hour trip around the Caldera here in Santorini, and we're on the red beach right now. Let me just turn around and let you look at that. So you can see this volcanic rock is all red, and there's a beach that's got red sort of sand on it. I think we're going to jump in the water right here and take the plunge. Okay, let's see what happens.
This is nearing the end of the day. We're right below the cliffs of Ia, pulling up into this cave here before we take a swim stop.
Going in a moment into the Caldera. There's some caves here as well. Sorry, Leslie.
A great experience to do this sunset cruise. On our tours, this is not included as part of the price of the tour because it's somewhere around maybe €120 per person or so.
Guys.
But it's well worth it.
Travel Talk Tuesday. Hey, we're on Santorini. Got the sunset right here. A couple of people are blocking it, but I guess that's okay. I wonder who. Let's hear that. Let's see that dance, Dad. Huh?
Dan there was the life of the party every day. This particular group.
We have fun on these trips. We've been out here for about 5 hours. Now it's about almost 8:40. The sun's setting across the Aegean Sea. We're in the lagoon here, the Caldera of Santorini. The village of Ia is just right up there on the cliff. And we're looking out here to the sunset going down really soon. Hey, what an adventure we have. What an adventure we have. Your adventure starts here with David McGuffey's Exploring Europe. We're going to watch the sun set into the Aegean Sea.
Just a couple of still shots of that sunset. On a previous tour, about a week earlier, we went on to the volcano.
In the middle of the caldera of Santorini. I have hiked up above to the top, and there's a crater here, right here behind me, that was last active in the 1930s. So this island here was not originally part of the island of ancient Santorini. It is the result of the lava flow erupting from below the sea, coming up and hardening. And so the entire island here is volcano ash, or volcanic lava, along with rocks and everything else that came up with it from the bowels of the earth. So hey, behind me here is the island we're going to next, where the old island where the lava flow began flowing up, and where you maybe can see the watercolor changing from green near the coast to blue further out into the sea. And where the green is where the warm water is coming up from the lava flow tube that's right below that. So that's where we're heading now, and we'll see how all that goes.
This is on a previous tour. The one you just saw with Catamaran Cruise was with a group of 18 adults. And then this one was a combination of a couple of students, school trips, along with their parents and chaperones. So we had a great time with this group as well. And we had plenty of swim stops here and visited the volcano on this much more affordable type of cruise in the Caldera. I think it's about €20 for an afternoon.
Hey, David Geffen, we're still cruising on the Caldera here. We're coming into the village of, or to the island of Theresia here. We've kind of been trailing this pirate's boat as well all day long. So Theresia is on the other side of the Caldera, as you see back here behind me. So we're having a plate smashing competition.
You know, you've heard about smashing plates in Greece. You don't get to do it too often, but this was kind of a hokey place that we went to. Enjoy some great music, and we even got to smash some plates. Really good dancers, local kids that know how to do traditional Greek dances. We're getting all set up to break our plates. Here we go. The whole night built up to that. Have a lot of fun on our tours. Okay, that's going to wrap that up. Boy, I could have gone on and on and on with video because there is so much to see on Santorini. Just want to give you an idea of what there is to do on the island. And we just had a great time for 3 nights there. And so I hope you were able to see and experience through the video that I've shot. I appreciate all of those that were on the tours with me that made it such a great time. And once again, we're going to be doing this exact same tour program, which is 3 nights in Athens, 1 night in Nafplio, a day to Hydra, and 3 nights in Santorini. We're going to be having this same tour route going on in September. So if you're interested, check out davidmcguffin.com tours, and we'd love to have you join us on the tour in Greece. Hey, I'm going to sign out right now because I'm filming this earlier on Tuesday, and I'm going to get in the car, go to the airport, and I'm flying over to Dublin, Ireland tonight. And so next week, when we have Travel Talk Tuesday, I'll be broadcasting live from Dublin, Ireland, give you a total contrast from the sand and the sea. And hopefully we'll get to see some authentic traditional music in Ireland. But for right now, just thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks for watching Travel Talk Tuesday. See you later. Bye-bye.